The stars shone bright in the dark sky as the small human ship slowly moved through space. The ship's name was Hope. Inside, Amir sat quietly in the captain's seat. He looked out at the strange planet ahead. It was new, unknown, and full of promise. Amir was calm but ready for anything. Amir was not a warrior or a soldier. He was a man of peace and intelligence. His job was to make friends with new worlds and help humans learn about the universe. But he knew this trip would not be easy. The planet below was covered in green forests and tall mountains. Clouds moved slowly in the thick blue sky. But this world was not empty. It belonged to a strong alien empire called the Krell. The Krell were tall, with sharp eyes and thick skin. They lived by strict rules and did not trust strangers. As Hope landed on the ground, Amir and his small crew put on their suits. They stepped out slowly, with hands open to show they meant no harm. The air smelled fresh, but strange. The ground felt soft under their boots. Soon, several Krell guards arrived. They were armed with long spears and looked serious. Their leader was Rax, the guard commander. He was large and strong with a face that showed no smile. He studied Amir carefully. Rax spoke in a deep voice. "Who are you, human? Why do you come to our world?" Amir raised his hand in peace. "My name is Amir. We come in peace. We want to learn and share knowledge." The guards did not move. They were suspicious. One guard said, "Humans are dangerous. We do not trust you." Amir nodded. "I understand your worry, but we do not want war. We want friendship." Rax looked at Amir for a long time. The other, Krell, whispered among themselves. The air was tense. Finally, Rax said, "You say peace, but you are strangers. Your people are strong and unpredictable. How can we trust you?" Amir thought for a moment. Then he said, "We can show you. Let us meet with your leaders. We want to talk, not fight." Rax shook his head. "Talk is not enough. On Krell, strength matters. If you want respect, you must prove yourself." Amir felt a quiet tension rise inside him. He had heard stories about the Krell and their ways. They solved problems with challenges and duels, not just words. He hoped this would not lead to trouble. Rax took a step forward. "I challenge you, human. A duel. If you win, we will listen. If you lose, you will leave our world." The guards around him nodded. The challenge was serious. On Krell, a duel was a way to settle trust and honor. It was not a game. It was a fight that could change lives. Amir looked at Rax calmly. He was not afraid. He had learned to face danger with his mind and heart. He knew his people's strength was not only in weapons but in courage and respect. "I accept," Amir said clearly. A quiet surprise spread among the Krell. No human had ever accepted a duel before. Some whispered that humans were reckless or brave. Amir did not care about their thoughts. He only knew that he must do his best. Rax nodded slowly. "The duel will happen in 3 days. You will prepare. Do not disappoint us." Amir watched. The guards leave. His crew came close. One of them, Lena, asked, "Are you sure about this? The Krell fight hard." Amir smiled softly. "We do not fight to hurt. We fight to show who we are. We must be ready." The days passed quickly. Amir and his crew studied everything they could about the Krell. They learned about their culture, their weapons, and their fighting style. Amir trained his body and mind every day. He practiced moves that used speed, thinking, and balance. The Krell people watched with growing interest. Some were angry. Others were curious. Many did not believe Amir could win, but some began to respect his calm spirit. Amir knew the duel was more than a fight. It was a chance to show that humans were strong in a different way, not only with muscles or weapons, but with honor, respect, and courage. The morning of the duel came fast. The sky was clear, and many Krell gathered in the large arena. The place was round, with stone walls high around it. The crowd was silent but full of tension. Amir stood at one side. Rax waited on the other. Both looked ready, but different. Amir's eyes showed calm and focus. Rax's eyes showed power and pride. The guards raised their hands. "The duel begins!" The arena was silent except for the soft wind that moved through the high stone walls. The sky was clear, and the sun shone down on the dusty ground. Thousands of Krell had gathered to watch the duel. The moment was heavy with expectation. This was not just a fight. It was a test of honor and trust. Amir stood tall on one side of the arena. His breath was steady and his eyes calm. He wore simple clothes, but his posture showed strength and confidence. Across from him stood Rax, the guard commander. Rax was bigger and stronger, with broad shoulders and sharp eyes full of pride. His muscles moved under his thick skin as he waited. The Krell leaders sat high above, watching carefully. They whispered among themselves. Some doubted Amir's chance. Others were curious about this human's courage. But all knew that the result of this duel could change everything between humans and the Krell. Rax raised his hand and spoke in his deep voice. "Human, you do not understand our ways. This is not just a fight. This is about honor. If you lose, you will leave our world and never return. Are you sure you want this?" Amir looked at Rax with steady eyes. "I understand. I accept. We come here for peace. This is how we show it," the Krell crowd murmured. Some shouted words of encouragement to Rax. Others whispered hope for Amir. The two men stood ready. The guards moved away, giving the space to the duelists. A guard shouted, "Begin!" Rax moved first, fast and strong. He charged at Amir with a heavy blow aimed at his side. Amir stepped back quickly, avoiding the strike. He kept his eyes on Rax's moves, learning and waiting. Amir did not have the same size or strength, but he had something else: quick thinking. He knew he had to use his speed and mind to win. As Rax attacked again, Amir dodged low and swept Rax's legs with a quick kick. Rax stumbled, but stayed standing. The crowd gasped. A human had dared to fight like this. Rax smiled with a flash of respect. He grew more careful now. His attacks became sharper, but slower. He tried to trap Amir, forcing him into corners of the arena. Amir stayed calm. He used small stones and dirt to his advantage. He kicked dirt into Rax's eyes, causing the guard commander to blink and lose focus. Then Amir moved quickly, closing the distance. The two men locked hands and pushed against each other. Amir felt Rax's power, but he did not give up. He used his weight and balance to stay steady. The fight was not only about strength, it was about heart. Amir thought about his people, his mission, and what this duel meant. He fought not to hurt, but to prove that humans could be brave and respectful. Suddenly, Rax pulled back and swung his arm in a wide circle. Amir ducked and rolled to the side. He stood and threw a quick punch to Rax's chest. The punch was not hard, but it surprised Rax enough to stop his next attack. The crowd began to cheer quietly. Amir's courage was clear. The Krell respected strength, but they also respected skill and spirit. Rax nodded and said, "You are strong and smart, human, but this fight is not over." Amir smiled slightly. "I know. I will do my best." The duel continued. Amir used all he had learned. He watched Rax's movements carefully, seeing patterns and weaknesses. He moved like water, flowing around Rax's power. Rax moved like a mountain, solid and firm. The sun began to lower in the sky. Both men were tired but did not stop. They wanted to win, but also to honor the fight. Suddenly, Rax made a strong attack. He caught Amir's arm and pushed him hard against the stone wall. Amir's breath was forced out, and his back hurt. But Amir did not give up. With quick thinking, Amir twisted his body and used Rax's strength against him. He pushed Rax back a step, breaking free. The crowd cheered louder. Rax smiled with respect. "You surprise me, human." Amir bowed his head slightly. "Thank you, Guard Commander." As the sun set, the duel slowed. Both men looked at each other with new respect. They were no longer enemies, but warriors who understood each other. A Krell official stepped forward and raised his hand. The duel is paused. Both fighters have shown great skill and honor. Tomorrow the fight will continue. Amir and Rax nodded. They both knew the duel was more than a battle of strength. It was a bridge between two worlds. That night, Amir returned to his ship. His crew was waiting. Lena, his close friend, asked, "How do you feel?" Amir smiled softly. "The Krell respect strength, but they also respect honor. We must be ready. Tomorrow will be harder." His crew worked late into the night. They helped Amir train and plan. They studied the Krell fighting styles again and talked about new strategies. Amir knew this duel was a chance, not just for him, but for all humans. If he won, it would open doors for peace and friendship. The stars outside the ship shone bright. Amir looked at them and felt hope. The future was uncertain, but he was ready to face it. The morning sun rose slowly over the planet's green mountains. The air was fresh and cool. Amir stood outside his ship Hope, stretching his arms and legs. Today was important. He had one day left to prepare before the duel continued. Inside the camp, his small crew moved quietly. Lena helped clean the equipment, while another crew member, Omar, checked the ship's communication tools. They all felt the weight of the coming fight, but they trusted Amir's calm and careful mind. Amir knew this duel was more than just a battle. It was a chance to build a new future between humans and the Krell. He wanted to win not only for himself, but for his people, to show that humans were worthy friends. Amir began his training. He ran across the soft ground, practicing fast steps and turns. He knew he could not match Rax's size or raw strength, so he needed to be quicker and smarter. Amir pulled out a small device from his bag. It showed videos of Krell warriors fighting. He studied Rax's moves closely. The Krell used heavy strikes and strong holds, but they were slower than humans in quick moves. Lena came over and said, "Amir, the Krell respect strength, but they also respect honor and skill. Maybe you can use their own rules to your advantage." Amir nodded. "Yes, I will. I must be ready to use every part of the arena and every chance to outsmart Rax." Omar added, We can build some simple training tools. You can practice your balance and quick reflexes. Together, they set up a small training area with logs and stones. Amir practiced jumping, dodging, and holding his balance on uneven ground. His muscles burned, but he smiled. This was the way he had to prepare. Meanwhile, the Krell guards watched Amir's camp from a distance. Some whispered in surprise. They had expected the human to give up. But Amir trained like a warrior. One young Krell guard named Kel spoke softly to another. The human is different. He fights with his mind, not just his body. The other guard nodded. Maybe humans are stronger than we thought. That night, Amir sat with his crew around a small fire. They talked about the duel and what it meant. Lena said, "You know Rax will come stronger tomorrow. He will not make the same mistakes." Amir replied, "That is true, but I have learned too. We must be ready for his power and his pride." Omar smiled. "You are lucky to have this chance. Not many get to fight a guard commander." Amir looked at the stars again. "It is more than a fight. It is a test of who we are." The next morning, Amir decided to visit the arena. He wanted to see the place again and plan his moves. The arena was large and round with high stone walls. The ground was hard and dry with small rocks and dirt. Amir walked slowly, imagining the fight. He noticed some shadows where he could hide or use to surprise Rax. He saw places where he could push his opponent or block his path. As he studied, a small Krell boy appeared. The boy was curious but cautious. Amir smiled gently and said, "Hello?" The boy looked surprised but nodded. "You are the human who fights Rax?" Amir nodded. "Yes. I want to be strong, but I also want to be a friend." The boy smiled a little. "Rax is strong, but he is fair. If you fight well, he will respect you." Amir thanked the boy and returned to his camp with new hope. That day, Amir's crew helped him build simple wooden weapons like sticks and shields. They practiced moves and blocks. Amir wanted to be ready for anything. As the sun set again, Amir prepared his mind. He knew the duel was not just physical. It was also a test of spirit. He thought about his family far away, about the humans who dreamed of peace in the stars. He promised himself he would do everything to win respect and trust. Back at the Krell camp, Rax also prepared. He trained with other guards, using his heavy spear and strong arms. He was proud but thoughtful. He respected Amir for accepting the duel and fighting well. Rax told his closest friend, "This human is unlike any enemy I have faced. I must not underestimate him." The next day would be the true test. Both men were ready. The duel was more than a battle now. It was a beginning. The day of the duel arrived quickly. The sun was bright in the clear sky. The air was warm, but not too hot. The large arena was already full. Thousands of Krell came to watch. They stood around the high stone walls, their eyes fixed on the center, where Amir and Rax would fight. Amir stood quietly at his side of the arena. He felt calm but focused. He looked around once, then fixed his eyes on Rax. The guard commander stood tall and proud, ready for the fight. The Krell leaders sat high above, watching carefully. A guard raised his hand and shouted, "The duel begins!" Rax moved first. His strong legs pushed off the ground, and he charged like a storm. He swung his heavy spear with power, aiming at Amir's side. Amir stepped back quickly and dodged. The spear hit the ground hard with a loud sound. The crowd gasped. The duel was real and dangerous. Amir knew he could not fight with the same strength. Instead, he used his speed. He moved like the wind, fast and smooth. He circled Rax, looking. For an opening, Rax swung again. Amir ducked low and rolled away. Then he pushed a small stone towards Rax's feet. The stone moved slowly, but it was enough to make Rax lose balance for a moment. Amir smiled. The crowd noticed. The humans had clever ways of fighting. Rax growled softly and charged again. Amir jumped over a fallen branch and landed lightly. He reached out and tapped Rax's arm, then moved away before the guard could react. The crowd started to cheer. Amir's quick moves and smart tricks surprised them. Rax's eyes narrowed. He was proud, but also curious. He knew this fight would be hard. Amir remembered his training. He stayed calm and watched. He knew Rax would try to trap him. Suddenly, Rax lunged forward with a strong attack. Amir barely dodged, and the spear grazed his shoulder. It was a small wound, but it hurt. Amir took a deep breath and stayed steady. He could not show pain or fear. The crowd watched closely, and many whispered their respect. Amir reached into his bag and pulled out a small device. It made a soft sound and sent a bright light near Rax's eyes. The guard blinked and stepped back. Amir used the moment to strike. He moved fast and kicked Rax's knee. Rax stumbled but stayed strong. The duel was fierce. Both men used all their skill and strength. Amir's speed and cleverness met Rax's power and experience. The sun moved across the sky. The fight was long and tiring. Dust rose around them as they moved. At one point, Amir used the arena walls to his advantage. He jumped up and pushed off the stone, gaining height. From above, he kicked Rax's shoulder. Rax grunted but smiled. "You fight well, human." Amir nodded. "Thank you, Guard Commander." The crowd's cheers grew louder. The Krell began to see Amir not as a weak stranger, but as a worthy fighter. Rax changed his strategy. He slowed down and waited for Amir to make a mistake. He used his strong arms to block and push. Amir felt the power behind each strike. He used his balance and quick reflexes to stay on his feet. At one moment, Amir's foot slipped on a loose stone. Rax moved quickly and grabbed Amir's arm. The crowd held its breath. Amir twisted his body and pushed with all his strength. He broke free and stepped back. Both men were breathing hard. Rax nodded again, showing respect. "You are stronger than I thought." Amir smiled. "You are strong, too." The duel continued until the sun began to set. Both fighters were tired, but did not stop. They understood that this fight was about more than just winning. Finally, the guard raised his hand. "The duel is paused for today." Amir and Rax stepped back, their eyes meeting with new respect. Rax spoke quietly. "Tomorrow, the fight will end. We will see who wins." Amir looked at him and said, "May the best fighter win." As the crowd left, many talked about the duel. The humans had earned respect. The Krell were beginning to see them in a new light. Back at the camp, Amir sat with his crew. Lena asked, "How do you feel?" Amir smiled softly. "The duel was hard. Rax is strong, but I learned much. Tomorrow I must be better." Omar nodded. "You fought with honor." The Krell will remember this. Amir looked at the stars. This is just the beginning. The next morning, the sky was bright and clear. The warm sunlight filled the arena as Amir walked to the center, ready for the second day of the duel. His muscles ached from the day before, but his mind was sharp. He remembered everything he learned and practiced. Rax stood on the other side, his face serious but respectful. The guard commander had watched Amir carefully and knew the human was not weak. This fight was different now. It was about more than just strength. It was about respect and courage. The crowd gathered again, eager to see how the duel would end. The Krell leaders sat quietly, waiting to see the outcome of this important battle. "Begin!" the guard shouted. Rax moved first, faster than before. He attacked with strong, powerful strikes. Amir dodged and blocked, using his speed and balance. He was careful not to get trapped. The two fighters moved like dancers, their steps quick and precise. Amir's small size helped him avoid Rax's heavy blows, but he felt the power behind each strike. He could not afford to make a mistake. As the fight continued, Amir noticed something. Rax grew more aggressive and less careful. The guard commander wanted to finish the fight quickly. Amir knew this was his chance. Amir waited for the right moment. When Rax raised his arm for a big strike, Amir ducked low and rolled to the side. He grabbed a loose rock and threw it near Rax's feet. The rock made Rax lose balance for a moment. Using this, Amir jumped forward and pushed Rax's shoulder hard. Rax stumbled but quickly regained his footing. The crowd cheered loudly. The humans had clever tricks. Rax's eyes narrowed. He smiled slightly. "You are smart, human, but I will not give up." Amir smiled back. "Neither will I." The fight grew more intense. Rax used his spear, moving with surprising speed for his size. Amir moved quickly, dodging and using the arena walls to his advantage. At one point, Amir climbed the stone wall and jumped down, landing behind Rax. He tapped Rax's back lightly and moved away before the guard could turn. The crowd gasped and then clapped. Amir's moves were unexpected. Rax laughed softly. "You fight like a true warrior." But then Rax changed his tactics. He stopped attacking directly. Instead, he watched Amir carefully, waiting for a chance. Amir knew this was a dangerous moment. He had to stay calm and think quickly. Suddenly, Rax charged again with full power. Amir tried to dodge, but was caught by the heavy spear. The spear grazed Amir's arm, causing a sharp pain. Amir gritted his teeth and pushed himself away. He could feel the sting, but did not show it. Rax said, "You fight well, human, but you cannot win with tricks alone." Amir nodded. "I know. I must be stronger." The duel continued, both men pushing their limits. Sweat ran down Amir's face, but he kept moving. He remembered the stories of human heroes, those who fought with courage and honor even when the odds were against them. Amir took a deep breath and changed his approach. He stopped trying to avoid Rax's attacks and instead moved closer, blocking and using his own strength. The crowd watched in surprise as Amir and Rax grappled. Amir used quick twists and holds to stop Rax's spear. He was not as strong, but he was smart and fast. The fight became a test of wills. Neither man wanted to give up. Suddenly, Amir saw an opening. Rax's grip loosened for a moment. Amir moved fast and pushed Rax off balance. Rax stumbled, and Amir took the chance to step forward and grab the spear. He did not try to use it, but held it firmly. The crowd was silent, waiting. Amir looked at Rax and said, "I do not want to hurt you. This duel is to show respect." Rax smiled and nodded. You have earned my respect, human. Amir slowly returned the spear. The two men stood facing each other, breathing hard but proud. The guard raised his hand. The duel is over. The crowd erupted in cheers. Humans and Krell alike shouted with excitement. Rax stepped forward and extended his hand. Amir took it without hesitation. You fought with honor and courage, Rax said. You have shown us that humans are strong in ways we did not know. Amir smiled. Thank you. I hope this is the start of friendship between our peoples. The Krell leaders stood and clapped. The mood in the arena was different now. There was respect, hope, and a feeling of new beginnings. Back at the camp, Amir and his crew celebrated quietly. Lena said, You made history today. Amir looked at the stars and felt proud. This victory is for all humans and for peace. The next days would be full of talks and new chances. But for now, Amir rested, knowing he had shown the best of humanity. The arena was quiet now. The sun had set, and soft lights from the Krell city glowed in the distance. Amir and Rax stood side by side, no longer as opponents but as equals. The duel had ended, but its meaning was just beginning to grow. Rax looked at Amir with a new respect. You are not just a strong fighter, he said quietly. You are wise and honorable. The Krell have much to learn from humans. Amir smiled. Thank you, Rax. I wanted to show that we come in peace and with courage. Around them, the crowd slowly dispersed, talking about the duel and the human who accepted the challenge. Many Krell had never seen a human before, and now they saw one as a warrior and a friend. That night, Amir sat with his crew in the small camp near the arena. Lena brought hot drinks, and Omar checked the ship's systems. The mood was calm but joyful. Lena said, You did more than win a fight. You changed minds. Amir nodded. It was not just my fight. It was for all humans. We must be ready for what comes next. Omar asked, What do you think the Krell will do now? Amir thought for a moment. They will want to talk, to understand, to see if humans can be trusted as allies. The next day, a group of Krell leaders came to meet Amir. Rax led them, proud but serious. We have seen your courage and respect, said the chief leader. The Krell welcome you to speak as friends. Amir bowed his head respectfully. Thank you. We want to share knowledge and help build peace between our peoples. The talks were long and thoughtful. Both sides asked many questions. They spoke about the future and the challenges they might face together. Amir noticed how the Krell were strong but also open to learning new ways. The humans could teach them about teamwork and kindness. The Krell could teach humans about strength and honor. During the meetings, Rax and Amir grew closer. They shared stories about their homes and families. Amir learned about Krell history and their struggles. Rax learned about human hopes and dreams. One evening, Rax invited Amir to a Krell ceremony. It was a celebration of bravery and respect. The Krell danced, sang, and honored their heroes. Amir felt honored to join. He wore simple Krell colors and stood with pride. The ceremony showed Amir how different cultures could come together. It was a moment of true friendship. Back on his ship, Amir wrote a message to Earth. He told them about the duel, the respect gained, and the chance for peace. He knew that the future was uncertain, but he was hopeful. The day came when Amir and his crew prepared to leave the planet. Many Krell came to say goodbye. Rax stood beside Amir. "You have changed my world," he said. "I hope we meet again as friends, not as enemies." Amir smiled warmly. "That is my hope, too." As hope lifted off, Amir looked down at the green planet. He felt proud of what they had done. The duel was more than a fight. It was a bridge between two peoples. In the stars above, new friendships were born. And the story of a human who accepted a challenge would be told for many years. The stars sparkled brightly as the ship Hope sailed away from the Krell planet. Amir stood at the window watching the green world grow smaller. He felt a deep sense of hope and pride. The duel had ended, but a new journey was beginning, a journey of friendship and understanding between humans and the Krell. Back on the Krell world, news of the duel spread quickly. The story of Amir, the human who accepted the challenge and fought with honor, became an example to many. It inspired not only the guards but also the common people. They began to see humans not as strangers or threats, but as potential friends and allies. In the weeks that followed, ambassadors from both sides met in the large city of Krell's capital. Amir's crew worked closely with the Krell leaders, sharing ideas about technology, culture, and peace. The talks were sometimes difficult, but both sides listened with respect. Rax, now a close friend of Amir, stood beside the human ambassador during these meetings. He spoke proudly of Amir's courage and wisdom. "This human showed us the true meaning of strength," he told the other Krell. "Strength is not only in power but also in honor and friendship." Amir smiled. "We all have much to learn from each other. Together we can build a better future." The alliance brought new opportunities. The Krell shared knowledge of their advanced technology, while humans introduced ideas about cooperation and exploration. They planned joint missions to explore nearby star systems and protect their worlds from dangers. At the same time, both peoples began cultural exchanges. Humans taught the Krell songs and stories from their history. The Krell shared their art and traditions. Festivals were held where both humans and Krell danced and celebrated together. One evening, Amir and Rax stood outside the city, looking at the stars. "Who would have thought a duel could bring such change?" Amir said softly. Rax laughed. "It is the courage to face challenges that brings change." "You showed us that," Amir nodded. "And you taught me the value of honor." Their friendship grew strong, a symbol of the new bond between their peoples. Years passed, and the alliance flourished. Humans and Krell worked side by side to explore new worlds, protect their planets, and share knowledge. The story of the duel was told often, reminding everyone that respect and courage could overcome fear and mistrust. Amir returned to Earth many times, sharing stories of the Krell and their friendship. He inspired many young people to dream of peace and adventure beyond the stars. One day, Amir visited a school where children from both humans and Krell learned together. He told them the story of the duel, the challenge, and the choice to accept. Remember, he said, it is not just strength that makes us who we are. It is how we face challenges with courage, honor, and respect. That is the true power of humanity. The children listened with wide eyes and bright smiles. They knew the future was in their hands. As the stars shone above, Amir looked up with hope. The universe was vast and full of mystery, but also full of friends waiting to be made. The human who accepted the guard commander's challenge had changed the course of history. He had shown that even in a world of strength and power, kindness and courage could build bridges. And so the story ended not with war, but with a new alliance, one that promised peace, friendship, and endless possibilities.